Hey guys, it's Steph right here with another video, and today I am back. I have not done this in a while. I haven't reviewed today I haven't done a manga chapter in a while review. So today I'll be reviewing chapter 128 of Attack on Titan. So yeah, this chapter was very interesting. It follows up from last chapter. Very interesting how it plays out. It's frightening what happened in this chapter. It was, I will be the first one to say, it was scary. But another word I need to do. Just trying to think how to start this off, because it starts because they don't really have a plan how they're gonna do everything. When I mean they, I mean Hanji and basically Jean, Connie, Mikasa, and Armin and Hanji and this Levi team up with a couple of aliens, and you got Yeldi and the other guy. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been doing Attack on Titan manga stuff. So yeah, this plan is to get an aircraft and head apparently south to stop the Jaegerists and the total goal is to stop Eren from doing what he's doing, and yeah. Just check something. Okay. I just want to point to that. It is absolutely, in my opinion, terrifying what Eren's doing too. I am actually really glad that Annie is finally back. I did not review last month's chapter, so I wanted to say that. Yeah, so they have this whole plan. They don't really have a plan. That's the one thing, Annie was at. Basically, they're going into all this without a plan, which, in my opinion, is very stupid. The only plan they have come up with, pretty much, is try not to kill anybody. It's the only plan they have. That's not really a plan. It's just saying you're going to do something and hope it works out. And okay, let me get down. I have the chapter in front of me, so I can refer back to it. They're talking about how to get the aircraft speed. Apparently, can you not? Sorry, it's my cat. Last video I made yesterday, she was actually very good. Now she just wants to be bad. Okay. So anyways, apparently as P2s have invented the aircraft, have the aircrafts, and they have the mechanics for it, they have them, and to find out that Floch has Kiyome as a hostage, couple of her men hostaged, basically. And it's a little scary, but, I don't like Kiyome, so there was probably some, Floch, just shoot her already. But apparently, she's kind of needed. But, No, after she was introduced and I reviewed those chapters, I just haven't, pure hate, I just dislike her very much. Her character. So yeah, I just feel like she's gonna do something bad to make sense. That's just how I feel, okay? Just something bad's gonna happen, alright? We're dealing with her. But as of the moment, they do need the Azumabitos because they do make the aircraft, they do that. But going back to Annie, she was basically saying that, let me look. Okay, give me a second, guys. Oh, God. And the whole point is, basically, you're wanting us to not try to attack him like that, or trying to attack us if they find us. Basically, because we're trying to sneak around, but then Connie and Armin have the good idea to get Floch's attention, to distract him, then ultimately to a couple guys they were back in their training days when they were, becoming little soldiers, and just leads up to Armin getting shot. It's great. It's the second time Armin's faced death. He's faced death multiple times, but have actually been injured in some way. Yeah, no, that I wanted to throw my computer across the room when I saw that. I was like, nope. This is not happening. This is not happening. But Armin's got some Titan abilities, so I'm like, okay, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be able to heal himself. It's gonna be okay. I'm just hoping that this chapter, just hoping that, God, this is the problem. This is why I agree with Andy. You should have went with a foolproof plan, not a half-assed plan you decided to make up on the fly, because this is, I think in the moment, it was the only thing they could think of that might work. But guess what? It didn't, because, you just had to go, just smartest person, freaking this entire group of people get shot. Yeah, that's a great idea. Get the genius killed. It always, great. And I'm going to make a comment about Kanye. It just feels like he's losing it. It's to the point where he's just losing it at this point. And they want to save everybody, and they want to do the right thing. That is the ultimate goal here. And the only way you can do that is stop Eren, which is the ultimate goal in the end, which makes sense. It makes very much sense, and it's very logical. But, you have people who really care about Eren. I don't know about John and Kanye, and mainly pointing to Eren and mainly pointing to, Mikasa and Armin. That you might have to do the unthinkable to Eren. But yet, we're not trying to, but if that happens, you need to be prepared. So, it's just people who really, deep down inside, care about Eren, and don't want to kill Eren, because that is the last result they want to do, because, that's not, no. I personally don't want Eren to die, because, he's going to die at some point, because of the freaking Mir's curse, but just don't kill him yet. We haven't seen Eren in a little bit, but yeah, so Annie just goes, what kind of plan you guys have, and so, Jean's whole point to Annie was like, we don't want to hurt anybody, but we will if we have to. And then, when, I was, surprised with Kiyomi when she handled Floch the way she did. She's like, I'm going to beat your little ass, boy, for pointing a gun to my head. So, that was actually interesting. And then, Mikasa just comes flying through the window like she's done several times in the course of the series. She did it in the anime, in the beginning of the series. Just fly through the window. Her and John, we can just play hero for a moment. It's great. And then, so the chapter just gives you a cliffhanger, so we have to find out the May's chapter what's going to happen. We're all left with this giant cliffhanger, oh no, it's gonna happen. Kanye attacking somebody. Who is attacking who? What's happening now? Will they get out of this? Yeah, I thought there would be a closure, a good closure for this chapter, but I should have known. It's Attack on Titan style to leave you on a giant freaking cliffhanger. Every freaking single time. Not ranting at all. Not going crazy. What? But, a second, guys. My cat decided to, I don't know, move it that way? I probably should have paused the recording, but I didn't. My cat wanted out where I'm recording. So, now I'm going to work on something else that happened. When they were talking about the plan, and he was talking to them, and so this is where the whole idea where, you guys don't really have a plan came up. When, and he's like, you remember when you chased after me all those years ago, and frickin' whatever they were, in, at the end of season 1 of Attack on Titan. Yeah. Tell me your plan. Armin doesn't have a plan for the first time in a long... He usually has something. Then Yeah. Yeah, okay, despite Kanye's little crazy outburst in the beginning of the chapter, okay, let me read it for Kanye's whole point is like, we're here to save people, like I kept saying, I've been saying, and mass killing everybody is not going to solve anything. It's just, why does this everything has to result into violence? And it's a big question because violence is something all humans will result to in a time like this. There's a lot of war, a lot of tension, a lot of bad things going on. You got this group and this group, and you want this group trying to do, You got the Jaegers over here, you got the Mylians over here, you got the Eldians over here, you got the Osmobitos over here. You got a bunch of people, okay? You got all of them, like, trying to kill each other, basically. At this point, it's kind of like just watching Game of Thrones all over again, but, less drama. Yes, I had to make that parallel. Yes. I just did. Instead, no one's fighting with Iron Throne, they're just fighting who people we should kill and who we should not. You shouldn't kill anybody and try to figure out your... That's my whole point. I feel like I'm ranting this entire time. Give me a second. And then... Oh, excuse me, sorry. And then, Reiner, me hating him half the time. I think he should be dead by now in this case, but So, back God, it's been... Oh my lord, it's been... I think it was like about 2 years ago. This chapter was talking about Eren basically telling Reiner that they're just alike. I think Did I review that chapter? Was my channel even a thing yet? It was very early on in the series. So, yeah. Yeah. So, Reiner means about what he said. So basically, this entire chapter was really about, just really about, deciding a plan and then going through the half-assed plan that they decided to whip up at last. Okay, that's it. Okay. And then, I'm trying to pronounce this dude's name. I have it right in front of my face. Magath, I think his name. It's the dude who attacked Yelena. I do not like her. I wish she would have just died already. Like, literally. Okay. You're, helping and working to all the people I do not like. That most of the probably a lot of people just don't trust them, don't like. But, when you're in a crisis like this, you kind of have to work with your enemies to defeat the bigger enemy. It's one of those. So, there's always, you can be enemies with something or someone or a group of, a whole nation, but when you two have a bigger enemy to face, you're forced to join forces and work together. Alright? This is where we come to. And, I think Yoda just wants to mindfuck with everybody in the freaking series because she's so great at doing that. She just has a kick. She's like, oh, no, before I wanted to die. I didn't care if I died. Now I want to live and see how this ends. Because she a part of her thinks this is going to end very badly for all of them and they're all going to get killed. Well, we all know Mikasa can't get killed because, apparently she's got some deal with, Kirame over here. I don't know what. Levi just half alive over in the corner. I'll give you that much. Okay. So, yeah. And yeah, the whole point why, the reason why the Yoda got pretty much her arm beat up, was because, they just want to know where Eren is. Because she's probably the only person, around them in the moment that knows where Eren is. And they're like, where's Eren? Where's Eren? We need to find Eren so we can stop him. And she might know where he is. But Yelena will never tell where Eren is. Even if she gave them her word saying, oh, I'll tell you him if you let me come along with you. She won't. Alright? I feel like she just wants to mind mess with you and just mess with your plans and just freaking get you all killed or something bad to happen, right? You all know that, right? So, that happened. I'm going to make this review. It's longer than it needs to be. But, I feel like this review is just me screaming at the chapter. Because I just found this chapter to be very interesting in the way that everything was handled. Because reading this doesn't seem like the people who were in the chapter would do something like this, but they're in a situation where they almost have to not really have a plan, because in the past, all the plans have fallen apart, and they don't have one because the only plan they've come up with is to stop Eren, to save the world, and live happily ever after at this point. And when you think like that, I don't think the greatest ideas come out. Maybe Armin might whip something up, maybe next chapter. But, he got shot in the face. And he was about to get shot in the head. Like, okay, I don't know what these dudes are thinking when they're trying to shoot him, because he inherited the, freaking claws tight, so Armin better kill those freaking body birds. Yeah. Again, Armin, stop trying to get yourself killed, okay? You're already going to end up dead in a couple of years, okay? We get that. In other words, I'm kind of just, part of me is mocking the chapter in a way, because I found, in a twisted, messed up way in my brain, I found this kind of funny, because up until this point, if I remember correctly, all these happened, it's been so dead serious, and it's been so grim, it's been so sad, and this is kind of, like, people, there's been, like, the big fight, should we kill Eren, or should we not? Until, they see Hanji and Levi, the John, Connie, Armin, and Mikasa, yeah, let's just go save the world. That's always makes sense. Stop Eren, so we can save the freaking world and have not just giant massacre happen. Because Eren's gonna turn into this masochist murderer who... I don't know if Eren is really... You can see him as a bad person. Or if he's the great evil they're trying to stop. I don't believe that. There's evils hidden within the places you don't expect them to be hidden. And I think with characters like Yelena and Kiyome and all the other characters who've caused all these problems, the Marleyans, the Eldians, Asmodeus, who is this great giant enemy that we're all trying to stop? Attack on Titan has showed us that the Titans, the giant humanoid creatures, weren't the real monsters we were trying to defeat. The monsters are hidden with ourselves and the actions of people. So we humans want things that sometimes we cannot have. We want power. We want ultimate power over everything. There's always one person who has some power, but wants more and more and more until you can't take any more power. And I don't believe Eren is the great big enemy they're trying to stop. I think Eren, in a way, is lost and confused. And he sees something that he wants to achieve, but doesn't know it's possible. All Eren wanted to do, was eventually annihilate all Titans. That happened, basically. But to open your world to what Attack on Titan started with just one world, basically. The walls and, the 3 walls and Paradise Island and just trying to stop these giant man-eating creatures. But then you find out there's Titan shifters, and people can turn into Titans, and we find out the truth about Titans, and then we find this whole other world. And I think, in a way, it has really messed Eren's mind up. He has abilities, he has these weird dreams, he can see things, he wants to create a peaceful world, and this is coming from the kid who wanted to see what was beyond the walls, who wanted the adventure in the outside world, wanted to see the motherfucking ocean, which he did get to see. But in the end, it's like this dark, twisted world consumed Eren. It is consuming him, and him being around Zeke hasn't helped him. And him finding the truth about everything has destroyed him. In a way, Eren has matured, but he's become someone we can't really recognize. I think that's the problem for Armin and Mikasa. They want us to believe that the same person is still there. The same Eren from all those years ago is still there, when he's not. And it's scary because we don't know what Eren would do if he sees Mikasa and Armin again, and everyone else. We don't know what they're going to do. All we know is what's been said. So there's a lot of unknown, and this is where the idea, the fear of the unknown comes in. Us fans, every month we get these chapters, we read them, and because this so far has been in the perspective of basically the characters in this chapter that we saw. Like Armin, John, Mikasa, Connie, and, you have Annie and Reiner, and we have Hanji and Leela, basically. And then you're in their shoes. And you'll watch them try to, this half-hatched plan they just came up on the fly, trying to at least get the airships. The whole plan is stop Eren. But they didn't think about how they were going to get to Eren. I think that's the problem they're coming with. And maybe they did, maybe Armin did think of something, but we don't know it's going to work because, you got crazy-ass people trying to kill you. It's... In Attack on Titan, the reality of everything is so real and so brutal and cruel, and it's like there's no light left. There's nothing at the end of that tunnel. There's just this abyss of nothingness. And Attack on Titan does an extraordinary job of thinking that something good's gonna happen, then turns it around and just throws some awful shit back at you. It's like the characters don't get a break. Our protagonists, supposedly main protagonist is gone shit wire crazy, maybe. Who knows? Before the chapter where Eren, Armin, and Mikasa are in that room, and where Eren tells Mikasa he hates her. Up until then, I believed Eren could be saved. He could redeem himself. Maybe it's just being a martyr. Maybe it's this, I always gave Eren the benefit of the doubt. Right now, I do not know what he's going to do, what he's thinking. All he wants to do is just kill a bunch of people, alright? And he has teamed up with Elaine, he has listened to her, he's been with a bunch of people who don't want to do any good. We as the fans get to see it. So, this chapter, it's basically them trying to... I really think Armin's really out of idea. There's, in all reality, coming from, where they are, there's no real way to escape unless there is a giant massacre, which is going to happen. Sorry. So that's what the chapter proves. In the chapter, it's called Traitors, because Connie and Armin get called traitors. To Eldia, they're traitors. Just because you're working with your enemy that's trying to defeat a bigger enemy, does that make you a traitor? It really gets you thinking about what's a traitor at this point, because you have so much backstabbing in Attack on Titan. It's getting pretty ridiculous. you can't really, and I think at the start of the series really showed, I have that, really showed that you can't really trust anybody. And I think that's, Eren can't trust anybody. He doesn't know how to trust anybody. Even if it's his two best friends. And I am referring back to the chapter where he basically tells Mikasa, I hate you because of you've been a slave, you're not free, but Eren, you can try to set her free if that's what you're worried about, but you're not free because of your name, of your heritage that Mikasa barely knows anything about, because her parents died when she was 9 and you saved her ass. You know, it's very, the world of Attack on Titan is not what we ever expected it to be. And as we come closer and closer to the end of the series, we see everything unraveling. Be honest, I do not know how this is going to end. I have thought of a couple ways it's going to end. But it's going to end with a giant war, fight, massacre, whatever you want to call it. Because we don't know if Eren's the great big enemy that everyone's trying to stop, or is it Jean, Connie, Mikasa, Armin, Levi, like whatever you want to, like team you want to call them, or what you call them. You know, are they the great big enemy? But when you say they just want to save everybody, how can you call them your enemy? But who are they trying to save is the question. Everybody. It doesn't matter. Marley, Eldin, Paradis, Jaegerists. I think deep down inside, Mikasa and Armin, it's shown the hints and bits of the chapter. It's been shown that they just really want to save their best friend. And it's really hard because you can't recognize Eren. And Anna's whole point, and like Jean's whole point in the past is it worth it? Like, can we save Eren by not killing him? In other words, will we have a choice? And I think that's what's going to reappear maybe in next chapter, maybe in the next few chapters, is that maybe when they see Eren, will they have to make that choice? I know I got a little bit off topic about this review, but I'm relating to the chapter because it gives us this whole situation that they're in, and in my opinion, they are desperate at this point in this area. I feel like they're just desperate to have some sort of little victory, to have something good to go out of their plans, whether how half-assed or half-hatched or good or bad they are. They just want a moment where they can breathe, where they say, we did it. We can save here. We can save everybody. It doesn't matter we get called heroes. We're doing what we think is right. And what is the right thing when you're a soldier? And what is a traitor? Some questions. So, leading to anyways, so that's pretty much it. The review. Guys, let me know, guys, if I missed something you want me to talk about, or if, just leave your thoughts and comments about the chapter in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and like what's been saying right now, staying at home is saving lives. So yeah. Anyways, guys, this is Starfire. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, more videos like these. And thank you guys so much for watching. This is Starfire. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!